35 to 40,000 in gross sales, 2 hours a week. Okay.
Yep. Is it scalable?
Oh yeah. Can I say hell yeah?
Yeah.
All right. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, it's scalable. Ryan O'Keefe, Vending Accelerator, visiting another client. I've got Jeff here, my man, in Northeast Ohio.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Beautiful snowy day, right? Yeah.
Beautiful snowy day. I didn't know it was going to snow. I knew it was going to be cold, but this California kid isn't used to this snow. But appreciate being up here. Jeff is recently operational.
August 14th.
August 14th, Jeff got operational. Jeff came to me with a background of real estate investing, correct?
Yep, correct. Yeah, that's what we do. It's our primary business. We've been doing it for 10 years. We wanted to diversify a little bit of cash flow, passive income. So found Ryan online. I've been working with him for a while. And yeah, so far this first go around, not looking back.
Not looking back, which is an interesting story. Now, your initial goals to get into a healthy vending business was what?
Yeah, just for passive cash flow, machines that we can service ourselves and then potentially build on top of that. We have people on our staff that could service a group of machines. So this is a proof of concept for us.
Yep, proof of concept, right? Something that's scalable.
Something
right?
that's scalable, something that we can manage in-house, something that we believe in too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is it scalable?
Oh yeah. Can I say hell yeah?
Yeah.
All right. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, it's scalable. So, so interesting story. As you know, as a Vending Accelerator viewer, or if you're new here, we only go into high foot traffic locations for my clients. Anywhere with 300 or more daily consumers. Predominantly, we go into private, public, and charter schools, YMCAs, sports complexes, large gymnastics studios, and more. In Jeff's area, we had a really unique situation. We were able to get into a local school district, and initially, and I've talked about this on another video, we got some no's originally from the principals at the schools, and then from there we actually got no's when we first got to the district and reached out to one of their departments, and then eventually we got to another department who gave us an opportunity to put together a proposal.
Right.
And actually Jeff and I got together, got on the same page, put out the proposal, and we got it done. With some caveats, because once they said yes,
Right.
then they told us about the Coke contract.
Yeah, they had pouring rights.
Yeah, Jeff's exactly right. So they had pouring rights, and I said to Jeff, because normally there's what, 3,300 students between a couple of the schools?
I think we were looking at maybe 7 machines originally, right?
Originally 7 machines, if it was drinks and snacks.
Right.
But when you're gonna only sell snacks, I said to Jeff, it's gonna be a great opportunity still, but we just have to pretty much cut the number of machines in half. We're going to talk about the high school today, where most of the students are. But talk to me a little bit about numbers first, then we're going to get into the operation today, because we're in Jeff's healthy vending stockroom / real estate office. Yeah. But which is always normal, right? Because you only need a little bit of wall space to initially stock your businesses when you're at 3, 4, or 5 machine level.
We're making it work.
Making it work. So we're snack only machines in a high school and a middle school. We're going to talk about the high school predominantly today. Tell me about your sales.
So we have 2 machines at the high school. We have 1 in the cafeteria, 1 in the hallway right outside the cafeteria where the gym is. So we got a lot of foot traffic for the kids. We're doing about 80 to 100 bucks a day per machine.
Okay.
So we're averaging about 200 bucks a day. We've seen days of like 350, 390, which
Wow.
is crazy, but there's a game or something going on. And then some days are below 150, but we've done an average since August 14th, so about 2.5 months. Our average is around $200 a day from those 2 machines.
From those 2 machines, $200 a day, 22 sales day in a school calendar. That puts you right around $4,400 a month from 1 high school, 2 vending machines, which is should put you right around 60 to 70 sales per day.
Yeah.
Correct. Now, interesting enough, we had the Coke contract initially, and then on the group call that we had with the district, right?
The food service director
Food
and the
service-
operations manager and big call.
Big call. And then they brought in the next caveat, which is, oh, by the way, they have to be off during lunch.
Yeah.
So we were able to negotiate those times.
We were. I mean, originally they wanted them off during the whole school day. We had a little bit of a miscommunication with the food service director and operation. We got over that. Ryan was great. He put the call together and we talked about it and said, hey, in some of the other schools, this is what we've done to kind of appease that food service.
Yep.
So yeah, we have them off during the lunch hours.
Yep.
Which the kids, and I was worried about it, right?
Yep.
And I try not to think at the middle of the night, like how many sales could we do if they were on during camp, but hey, they're performing great. So yeah, the machines, you can set the timer on them, which Jim from Crane helped me with, and I can adjust those. It's really easy.
Yep.
So they're off during lunch hours, But the way this school is they run study halls in the cafeteria, and there's a lot of extracurricular sports like in any high school.
Yep.
So I don't know that it's affecting it that much. The kids find it and they use it at all hours.
Yeah, and that's what I remember saying to Jeff. I'm like, hey, trust me on this. The kids will figure out when the machine's wrong because they're going to want the snacks, right? Which is a big benefit of. And that was probably, I don't remember 100% when we were on that group call where they're used to machines that are older, not having that technology.
Right.
I said, hey guys, we're all over the U.S. in other school districts, and this does happen from time to time. We can actually just set timers so the machines can come on and off during those set times, and then we're able to discuss, which was interesting because I think initially fairly close to the school, almost like 15 minutes before lunch and 15 minutes after, I think.
Yeah, well, there's a little bit of overlap, and,
Yeah.
and they change, I think, during the semesters too.
Sure.
So we're like around when lunch starts and around when lunch is opening. And then in the mornings too, a lot of kids are in there early. So I think we're capturing sales in the morning too,
Sure.
before school starts.
Yeah, and hopefully some kids on the way out to the buses or getting the rides or what have you.
Yeah.
So, but overall, you know, the investment has provided you proof of concept. It's scalable, and that's where we want to go next.
That's what our goal was, and I've told you before, sky's the limit. I'll buy as many machines as you can place, and I mean that. We've been fortunate with our real estate company that we have a long sales cycle as well. You buy a house, we flip it, we have contractors, so you know it takes time to do something right.
Yep.
It took time to place these machines,
Sure.
but I'm glad we were both patient and did it. So now I'm going to be patient, but a little aggressive to get into the next school weekend.
I'm actually here. We're actually going to make some stops today. We're actually going to go out. You're going to see the machines today, but we're also going to make some stops at some other schools, school districts, some other community centers, and some different locations as well while we're in town. Talk to me about your day-to-day operation. How does that work for you guys?
We service the machines on Mondays and Wednesdays, and we found that going a little bit after school lets out is best. The students are kind of milling around, and they're interested in the machine. They'll ask for bags, and which is fine, but also we want to do our job.
Sure.
So we'll go an hour after school.
Do you have one kid that always comes?
Yes. yep. How about that bag of chips? How about that bag of chips? You know, I made the mistake, not mistake, but I was the first. I was so excited to be there. I'm like, here you go. And then a line of kids start coming. Oh, he's giving out free chips. I'm like, oh, I'm not giving out free chips. I was just giving this one guy some chips. But we service on Mondays and Wednesdays. And again, it took us a minute to figure out how often we service the machines. So what ends up happening is Monday we do a full service. We do the snacks, we do the chips. Obviously we don't have drinks, but we have snacks like bars, Nutri-Grain bars, protein bars, and then chips. So we do everything, the snacks and the chips on Monday, and then we'll go back Wednesday and just do the chips. The chips are by far our biggest seller.
Yeah.
And with these machines, there's so much room, like in those foils.
Yep.
So a lot of these products, like, you know, even they do sell, but we don't have to really refill them but once a week.
Yeah.
So in the interest of time, and two, trying to plan on how we're going to scale, we're trying to see like how much time do we need to dedicate to the machines to make sure they're full, but also to make the best use of our time. So you know we're getting used to the reports to see what product sold, how much of it sold, so we know how much product to bring. So we're doing, I don't know, Brittany's behind the camera. She helps me do this with our real estate company. We spend maybe an hour and a half on Monday, and that's including here, going through the boxes, filling up the carts, putting them in the truck, driving to the school, getting out, loading the machines, putting them back in the truck, going to the middle school, and back here, round trip, maybe an hour and a half on Monday, and then Wednesday it's maybe 45 minutes to an hour. So we have maybe 2.5 hours a week invested in doing this, and that's during the school year.
Yeah.
And in my mind, for 35 to 40,000 in gross sales, like
is that
all day, 2 hours a week, okay.
Yep, that juice is worth the squeeze. You know, obviously going out to the locations, twice a week, hour and a half each day. Now, one of the things that he mentioned was in regards to the different snacks that they offer with the chips. The kids go crazy for the chips, and they go and they do pretty well with the different bars, which was part of the proposal that we talked about with the district initially, because they didn't have snack vending machines at all, because the traditional vendors don't do real well here, because they're just bringing in baked Lays and baked Lays. And that's generally about it. Some sea salt chips, potentially, whatever it may be. And that's the advantage of working with Vending Accelerator. We've actually created an extensive list of products that actually meet the nutritional guidelines in public schools, which is a big advantage because you're able to sell more product, make more money, and share more profit with the schools as well.
Yeah, and a lot of these products I've never heard of, but boy, the kids like those bear snacks, the protein bars, some things that like they really sell, and the kids really like the football players and those protein bars.
Yeah.
All day. I'll buy it all day.
Yeah. Well, good.